Welcome, welcome, and welcome to a new DJ Wilson STEM video. This video is going to show you some really cool stuff about creating a maze game in Scratch. All right, so if you haven't watched part one of this whole maze thing, I encourage you to watch that one first, okay? Because there's going to be certain things that I go over in that one that are a prerequisite of this particular program. Okay. All right. So getting into the fun stuff and not so much of the talking stuff, let's do this. All right. So what I've done is I've actually created the maze or as backdrops. Okay. So, for example, this is the first maze, and then what you'll do is once a person solves the first maze, then what I'll do is they'll switch the backdrop to the second maze, and if when they solve this one, then it goes here. Now, obviously, because of I didn't want this video to be overall complexive. Um, what I wanted to do is just make it real easy to get through the different mazes. Okay, all right. So you'll notice, and these are also some of the other things that I've already done, right? So I've created my, let me go to my cat sprite over here. I've gone to my cat, and I've already put my coding in to make my cat move left, right, up, down, and all that sort of stuff, okay? So let's do this. All right, so yeah, one of the first things that I want to do, right, is when when the green flag is checked, right, I always want to make sure that my original backdrop is set up here, okay? So when I click on the green flag, right, then you'll notice that I can move around, okay? However, now what I need to do is once I've created my maze, right, and I have my starting point, all that sort of stuff set up, I want to create, okay, so what do I want my sprite to have to get to the next level, okay? So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use some balloons, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a sprite. I'm going to go here, and then what I'll do is I'll have balloon here, okay? And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to say when I have my sprite get here, right? And then when my sprite touches this balloon, then it'll switch to the next level. But obviously, there's some things I need to do when I set up this particular balloon. And what I'm going to do is obviously those first 5 blocks that should start off with every single sprite in your creation is when the green flag is checked. I want them to go to their starting point. And again, I moved it here because I kind of want that to be a starting point. So my XY coordinates are already in. And then I'm going to switch its costume, and I'll do no, obviously you can do whatever costume you want. I'm going to set its size, and I'm going to set its size to 25% because y'all know that's just what I do. Now again, you don't have to set your size, and again, show. All right, so now, oh, that's not where I want it, so I'm going to move it up a little bit more, right? So make sure it's right there, and then notice that my XY coordinates change, so I'm going to take that block out, throw that block away, and then put the new XY coordinates in where I actually want it. Okay, so now when I press the green flag, the balloon shows up where I want it to. Okay, so check this out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my sprite one, and again, you can put this code either on the balloon or you can put this on your character that's going around your maze, either one, okay? So again, me personally, what I like to do is rather than junk up this code over here, I'm going to add a new when the green flag is checked, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of my conditional statements or program flow statements, and inside of forever loop, I'm going to grab an if then statement, okay? So I'm going to tell my sprite here, right, that if I touch the blue balloon, right, then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use that broadcast feature to go to the next level. Okay, so here's what I do. Check it out, check it out, check it out. All right, so if I'm touching, sometimes I wonder about myself, y'all. So if I'm touching the balloon 1, right, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to broadcast a message. Okay, so then, and I'm going to say this message is going to be, I'm going to give this message a name, end level 1. Okay, and obviously I gave it that name so that anything that I want to happen at the end of level 1 is going to be broadcast or start at this point or end at this point. Okay, so I'm going to broadcast a message in level 1, and then I'm going to press OK. Now check this out. Now I'm going to go to my balloon here, and then I'm going to do when I receive in level 1, right? Then what I can do is I can hide, because I got touched and I don't want it to be there on the second level, right? So I'm going to have it hide. But some other things that I can do here. Now I'm going to go to my backdrops, right? And then I'm going to kind of do that same thing. So go into my events, and then when I receive end level 1, now remember I have different backdrops. So this is backdrop, that's level 1. This is going to be level 2. So what I'm going to do is then say when I receive end of level 1, then I'm going to switch to backdrop 3, which is obviously this backdrop right here. Okay, so now check it out, check it out. So now when I'm going to do a big screen here so you can see. So when I press the green flag, right, and my character moves, pow, now I am here. Now obviously this is not where I want my cat to start, right? And I don't have anything for my cat to get, right? So what I'm going to do is let's go back into this view here. And now what I'm going to do is obviously, let's do this. Let's move my, because again, now this is level 2 here. So I'm going to put my cat where I want my cat to start. And remember where I'm at right now, right? It's going to show like its XY coordinates here. So check this out. So remember, here is my code ending level 1, right? Okay. And then what I can do, right, is if I touch balloon 1, broadcast in level 1, right? So that's the end. But now what I can do is I can tell it to go to that starting point, okay? And now what I can do is in my full screen mode, right? So when I press the green flag, this is level 1, right? I go all the way around, get the balloon, and now I start at level 1. I mean, level 2, okay? Now check this out. Now obviously I have to have something for the cat to get. So I'm going to do that same thing that I did before, right? With another object. And what I'm going to do just for the ease of it, I'm going to duplicate my balloon here. So I'm going to duplicate my balloon. Okay, so now I have 2 of them. So this is balloon for level 1. This is going to be the balloon for level 2. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show where this is. So it's right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this balloon start right there. All right, so that's where I'm going to want to get to. However, check this out, okay? So, and this is kind of important, make sure that you're paying attention here. Again, since this is level 2's balloon, right? I don't want this at the beginning of my game. So what I'm going to do is, obviously those first 5 blocks, I can't believe I just did that. Those first 5 blocks here, right? Put that back. I don't want those to be like this because it's going to have a new starting point and it's not going to be at the beginning of the game. So I don't want it to show. So I'm going to put a hide in, and then I'm going to have it go to its new XY coordinates where I want it to start. Okay, I want to throw those away. All right, so again, this is level 2's balloon. So when the green flag is checked, go to its starting point, switch, go to its costume, set its size, and then hide. However, I want it to show at the end of level 1. So now, right, when I receive end of level 1, right, then I can show. Okay. Now check this out. Now, when I go to my game, and I hope all this is making sense. So I'm at level 1. I go through my maze, right? Now I'm at level 2, right? And now I can go down, and then I can try and get to my balloon. And oh wait, nothing happens. Well, why does anything happen? Because we haven't programmed it yet. So now let's program that, when I get to when I touch the balloon on level 2, right? Let something else happen. And here's how I'm going to program that. And as y'all can see, I'm going to go to my backdrops, right? And I'm going to show you my backdrops here. So you'll notice that this is level 1, this is level 2, and then I kind of, created, obviously, level 3, you win, yay. Okay, obviously, hopefully yours looks a lot, happier than mine. But again, this is just a demo for y'all. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, once I touch that balloon on level 2, then it's going to switch to backdrop 3. Blue sky, and you win. So let's do this. Let's now go back to our cat, and we're going to go back into his code, okay? And pretty much what we're going to do is we're going to do almost the same thing that we did here, okay? So I'm going to grab one of those conditional statements, one of those if statements. So if I am touching, and again, now this time, it's not going to be balloon number 1, it's balloon number 2. So if I touch balloon number 2, right, then what I'm going to do is broadcast. I'm going to broadcast a message, right? And then I'm going to give that a new message and say end of level 2. Okay, and then press OK. All right, and then just like we did before, right, we can go to our backdrops, and when I receive, that's obviously this is level 1, but when I receive, when I receive end of level 2, what am I going to do? Obviously I want to switch to the backdrop blue sky. Okay, and so now you kind of have a fairly complete maze game. All right, and again, you can do so many different things. You can create 10 different levels. You can create obstacles, booby traps in it, whatever you want, right? So now when I press the green flag, all right, all right, and then what you can do is you win. Okay, so there's all sorts of cool things that you can do with the maze game. All right, so make sure to check out part 3, which is going to show you how to add maybe intermissions in between your levels of your maze game. All right, thanks for watching, and remember, #go build something cool. STEM is fun. All right, thanks for watching.